How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Mr. 100 just changed. Maybe we should call them something else right now. They're not Mr. 100 anymore. Mr. 100 seems to be gone. I want to explain why that is, why I'm even saying that. And is it a joke? No, they're not buying 100 Bitcoin anymore. They had to change their game plan. Something really interesting just happened. I want to explain it. This isn't bearish, by the way. This is bullish and speaks to the fact that there's not much Bitcoin around. Now, before we get started, if you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. There's also a link down there to CoinW in case you want to start trading cryptocurrencies on leverage. You can use CoinW. You can also buy spot cryptocurrencies as well. They have a lot of different cryptocurrencies you can buy, and then you can withdraw them to cold storage if you want, or you can keep them on the platform. There's also a link down there to Margex as well in case you want to start trading cryptocurrencies there. They allow you to use all different kinds of collateral, so you can trade Solana and trade it with USDC or USDT or Solana or Bitcoin. They're all different kinds of solutions there, so definitely check out both those underneath the video. Now, Mr. 100, this wallet is one that we've been watching for a long time, and because they buy a lot of Bitcoin, that's the real reason why. They started in November of 2022, and they started by buying 100 Bitcoin at a time, 100 Bitcoin at a time. They have about $4 billion worth of Bitcoin right now, and they're in the profit about $2 billion. So they're like 100%. And they're just relentless. You can see here, 100 Bitcoin, 100 Bitcoin, 100 Bitcoin, 100 Bitcoin. Like all of these are on the same day. And then the next day they go and buy way more. And then they keep on buying, they keep on buying. Sometimes they take a little bit of profit and then they get right back to buying. But they did have to change here. So oftentimes, like I said, they'll buy 100 Bitcoin, 105 Bitcoin, 111 Bitcoin. It's like they have a certain amount of cash and they just throw it into Bitcoin at a time. And to be clear, 100 Bitcoin is not cheap. At 43,000, that's a $4.3 million buy. Now it's closer to a $7 million buy. They keep on buying day after day after day, just relentlessly bidding up the price. But they had to change. Just yesterday, they did something really interesting. You can see they bought, 100 Bitcoin, 100 Bitcoin, 200 Bitcoin, then 40 Bitcoin, 44, 61, 15, 25, 8, 40, 15, 19. And I think there are a couple different ways you can interpret that. I realize that's still buying, but it is a different kind of buy, right? Some people might say, well, that's bearish, right? They don't have enough money to keep on buying like they've done in the past. That's not true. They still bought hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Bitcoin yesterday. I mean, they added about 700 Bitcoin throughout the day, and then they bought a lot more today as well. So it's not that they don't have the cash. It's not that they don't have whatever currency that they're using. I think it's because there's not much Bitcoin to go around. We saw yesterday, I showed a chart showing the amount of available Bitcoin from sellers or exchanges, like basically GBTC and exchanges. And they took that versus the accumulating wallets. So like Mr. 100, the ETFs, anyone else that's a wallet that's accumulating over time. And they showed that we only have about 11 months of buying like this left before we run out of supply. Now, of course, there's always going to be some supply. There's always going to be sellers at some point. But that's just going to force the price up, right? There are less sellers if you go through a lot of the weak hands. Then you have people that just don't really care that much. You have a lot of wealthy entities that don't want to sell because they don't want to take tax penalties, right? They would rather just buy and then maybe take a loan off of it or trade it for a house or something like that. But you can see now they are changing. And I think that's because there's not much Bitcoin to go around. And they have all the capital, but looks like maybe whoever they're buying through says, we don't have that much Bitcoin. Maybe it's a big miner. Maybe it's an OTC desk. We know both of those are running pretty dry. Some miners do want to hold on to Bitcoin. They want to hold on to some Bitcoin because they think it's going to go up. So maybe whoever they're buying is just saying, we really don't have that much. We can give it to you, but it's going to take some time. Maybe we can get it to you next week. And then they just have to buy like a little chunks right now. Now, they're still probably buying through OTC desks. Maybe not. Maybe they're just relentlessly buying on an exchange or something like that. But I think they're draining OTC or miners. That's what we've seen a lot of. They're buying so much. I think that's probably how they're doing it. And some people get pissed off when they hear big entities buying through OTC. But you have to remember, there's always someone on the other side of the trade. Someone would sell that. So instead of like the big down and big up, We just have it smoothed out, and eventually the OTC desks run dry, and then you have to start buying from the next OTC, or you have to buy from miners, and eventually they run dry, and then you have to start bidding up the price, right? And there's another entity that's buying a lot. Apparently someone just bought $1.1 billion worth of Bitcoin at 70K. Maybe another nation state. It costs them $17 to do this, to send it over, but they bought 15,519 Bitcoin. And you might be saying, okay, well, why is the price not going up? Again, they're buying it from someone that's selling it, probably OTC. But again, that runs out. And we do have the Bitcoin halving coming up here soon, which, the miners are one of the biggest sellers. If they are really running a lot of OTC transactions to maybe Coinbase, or through Coinbase to MicroStrategy, or to the ETFs, or to this entity, right? Eventually they run out of Bitcoin a lot faster if they're getting half as much. And new nations coming in, people buying $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, you're going to go through Bitcoin pretty fast. So this is extremely bullish. Even if it doesn't seem like it, Mr. 100 changing to Mr. 20 is very bullish. It means that there is a change coming, and that you're still buying a lot, but it means that there's a change and that people aren't going to be able to buy Bitcoin as easily. We also know ETFs are coming, new ETFs. There are new people coming into the ETFs as well, right? We just had a new ETF start trading this week, a Bitcoin ETF in the US. We know Hong Kong, we know London are coming. And we got news that I think it was Morgan Stanley, right? Morgan Stanley is going to approve the Bitcoin ETFs as well. We know BlackRock's going to start adding it into other portfolios. Like, this is still early on. So I don't want you to be bored just because the price has stayed right around 70K for Bitcoin. The fact is, things are changing, and it's only going to get crazier from here. This is the calm before the storm, in my opinion. And you can tell just because there are so many entities just buying crap loads of Bitcoin. I mean, take a look at this. Since the last sell 3 weeks ago, this wallet, Mr. 100, has accumulated 6,000 Bitcoin. That is crazy. This is not one of the ETFs either. I mean, this could be, I guess, the private fund, maybe the private fund over at BlackRock, could be a nation, could be, I don't know, Michael Saylor's private wallet. I don't know. Probably not Michael Saylor. Even this is a lot for him. Maybe it's Jeff Bezos. There are a lot of people that could be, but yeah, I know some people like to speculate on this. I don't know if we'll ever know, but it will be interesting. Now, let me know your thoughts about this Mr. 20, Mr. 30, Mr. 10, Mr. 7. Let me know in the comment section underneath the video who or what you think they're doing. Let me know. Also, I appreciate you watching. It really means a lot. We're going to keep on making videos here every single day. I appreciate you sharing these as well. It was really cool. The other day, I looked on Facebook in a local finance group that I was part of, and one of my videos, someone posted on there talking about Bitcoin and how much Bitcoin you need to retire. So it's really cool. Appreciate you all watching. Again, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification, check out those links underneath the video. Of course, make sure that you always do your own due diligence too before you start using leverage. I'll see you in the next